This is Tam Tien Fish Market in central Vietnam. Right here on this vibrant coastline, the mornings are action-packed. As dawn breaks, wooden fishing boats make a beeline for the shore, loaded with the freshest catch of the night. It's a hands-on operation, with teams of basket boat rowers powering to the shore, ferrying hefty drums and buckets filled with fish from larger vessels. It's real and it's bustling with energy. This ancient and beautiful market combines age-old tradition with modern-day hustle.
Today we are in Tam Tien fishing village to experience what it's like to see one of the many local beachside markets that spring up all across the country, at least when there's good weather. There is no moon in the sky, which I'm told is a good thing. Hopefully this morning there are a ton of fish. I think right now it's kind of like the preparation time. People are pushing baskets, ice bags, all kinds of stuff down to the beach, just waiting for the boats to come on in from the shore. It's almost like a mini village has popped up down here. It's pretty amazing. Everything is currently lit up by these tiny little LED lights. Action's ready to start. I can feel the energy building.
And here you can find one of the most unique and hard to come by foods in all of Vietnam these days. Fresh chả. This is a fish cake, but here it is sold as a fish mince or paste. It has just a few hours of shelf life before it must be cooked, making this chả incredibly hard to come by these days. And that's exactly why I'm here. I've been dying to get my hands on some.
So right now, I think we're pretty much just in the waiting stage. Everyone is ready on the beach to pounce, lined up, looking off into the distance. We can see all the boats, the lights sort of heading in slowly. So hopefully there's going to be a large amount of fish coming in. I can feel the anticipation building in the air.
It's 4 a.m. in Tam Tien. People gather, their eyes fixed on the horizon, where traditional blue fishing boats with eyes painted on the bow are already sending in their fresh catch via small basket boats. And once they hit the shoreline, it's pure chaos.
Boats come in and people just descend on it like a pack of wolves. All the fish are quickly grabbed, taken up to these sort of weighing and selling stations. I have no idea how they know whose fish belong to which fisherman, who gets paid what, but somehow there's a system that works. It's kind of chaos, but this is sort of what I love about markets. I mean, this is a lot of vibe, a lot of noise, a lot of energy, a lot of anticipation. There's definitely a buzz that is in the air right now, and the sun hasn't even begun to rise yet.
As boats approach, ice factories spring to life, sending ice sliding down ramps onto the beach, a necessary commodity for fishermen to take back to the larger boats. Women toss their containers into the approaching nearby boats, eager to be first. Transactions happen in quick succession, and fresh catches find their way into various containers, ready for resale or further processing.
So as far as I can tell, in the middle of the market there is a large wholesale section of sorts where once the smaller coracle basket boats come in from the larger fishing vessels, the large orders, the big purchases are made there and then carried off by teams of ladies to trucks that are loading them off to sell for feed at fish farms, wholesale markets, that kind of stuff.
The beach becomes a processing zone, where small anchovies are dried on racks.
There's really no refrigeration, even with the fish that are getting taken off to other markets. You have to preserve it some way, so the smaller anchovies that are being taken up from the boats, many of them are just being dried right here on the hillsides next to the town.
Cái này là cá cơm.
Cá cơm hả?
Ở đây phơi khô rồi bán cá khô cho họ. Để nấu canh này, để rang ăn này.
Ăn hả? Ngon không?
Cuttlefish are cleaned and snails are removed from their shells.
So this is sort of a big exchange. On the good mornings, ship the fish in, ship the supplies back out. There's tons of ice flying down these sort of ice ramps, getting loaded up and sent on out.
Here at Tam Tien Fish Market, you quickly find yourself surrounded by the freshest catch from every inch of this vibrant coastline. Everything from tuna to anchovy and every species in between. This place is a seafood lover's paradise.
So it is now about 6:30 a.m. and things are pretty much wrapping up. But I suppose that is the nature of this market. This is a wholesale market. The fish are first being processed here and then sent off to be sold at other markets, which also get started incredibly early in Vietnam. So it's time to find some food.
If you're feeling adventurous, you come here for one reason only. The local delicacy, cha ca. Cha ca is a type of fish cake, but the preparation here in Tam Tien is different.
What it is a kind of like minced meat of any kind, and this is fish ca. So it's being brought in directly from the markets here, filleted, and then just minced up live with a bunch of herbs and vegetables, ready for people to take home. Here it's just raw. You buy it by the kilo in a bag with minced fish, and you cook it up at home. So we're gonna try some this morning. It's pretty interesting food. See how it goes.
No preservatives are added and it doesn't firm or set. This cha ca is a raw fish paste that can only be found on coastal markets in Vietnam after a fresh catch is brought in.
Cái này bao nhiêu cô? 20 đúng không?
20.
Rồi, okay.
Về ăn thử.
Ăn thử.
Về ăn thử.
She said, you got to take it home and try it, but I'm going to cheat and try it right over here in the market. She doesn't know that I've prepared someone else to cook it for me.
It must be consumed soon after it's made, as the shelf life is very short, and that's exactly what I plan to do.
We've also been lucky enough to find a local banh xeo seller, a sort of Vietnamese pancake of sorts, who has been willing to cook that up for us. So this morning's breakfast will be banh xeo, Vietnamese pancake, cha ca, and we're going to wash it down with a nice glass of nuoc mia. The perfect breakfast to wrap up this lovely fish market in the morning here in Tam Tien. Breakfast is about to begin. Vietnamese pancake, it consists of rice flour, turmeric, which is why it is yellow, and then usually just prawns, sometimes chicken. But today, because we are at this lovely fish market, we've got a special edition, which is the cha ca that we just saw being made maybe 50 meters to our right. We were reassured by the seller that this is how you should eat cha ca, at least in this location. Here you can see the sort of cha ca. We've got some bean sprouts in there and some prawns. We're gonna add a little bit of rau, wrap it up, and man, it's actually pretty hard to hold. We dip it in some fish sauce and chili. Oh my god, it is nice. Oh my god, that is crazy. Man, I've definitely never had banh xeo quite like that. The rice paper just kind of gives it a little bit of a texture and helps keep everything in there together. And with this one, there's a thick, meaty flavor that comes through from the cha ca, the fish sausage. This is ridiculously good, I've got to admit. Oh my god. Wow. I mean, I suppose I'm dipping it in fish sauce, but again, really, there's not an overly fishy flavor here. It's just really, really meaty. And so it's given this banh xeo a real meaty presence. I absolutely love this. This is honestly one of the best banh xeos I've ever had. Oh my god. So we're going to wash all of that down with some of this nuoc mia, one of the most refreshing and delicious drinks that you can have. Absolutely perfect for breakfast. Cha ca that I've had previously is sort of bought in a supermarket. I think it's probably a lot of preservatives added, and it's very much a solidified, almost sausage-like texture. This, which you would have seen, is incredibly fresh, minced right up, and it's sort of like a sausage meat before it's been preserved. So I'm pretty keen to just check this out. Wow, that is crazy how smooth that is. I mean, it's almost like a pate or something. I'm actually surprised it's holding together in my chopsticks so well. And really, the sort of how soft the flavor is. I was expecting like a real fishy bite, really strong flavor, but that's not the case at all. This is almost like a smooth pate. A pretty amazing breakfast, I've got to admit. And this is not the way I've had Vietnamese pancake before, but incredibly good. Okay, that is it for this one, guys. It is like not even 8 o'clock yet, and everything is pretty much completely wrapped up here. We have a few remaining people just packing up the remaining eskies, cool boxes, whatever you guys call it, and we're pretty much closed out. All the fish have gone, they've been shipped off to other markets. The breakfast sellers are finishing up. I'm sure my chaka lady is gone as well. So that's the end of the episode. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this market. It is, to be honest, one of the most beautiful fish markets I have ever seen here in Vietnam. A really cool experience. I would recommend, if you're coming to Vietnam, try and get to one of these beachside markets. They dot all up and down the coastline. Anyway, that is it for this one. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.